So we've covered a lot of basic material so far, but I just wanted to give you a real quick overview on the copyright website. And again, that web address is copyright.gov. And that'll bring you to the actual website. And if you look to the left, you have some buttons with different topics. In the middle of the page are more of the main issues that people go to this site for. For instance, information about copyright, if you're searching to see if anything has been registered already, what publications are out there that have been printed by the government, different laws and policies, and then related links. In the center of the page on the top, there's a couple buttons here. You have About, News, Publications, Forms, Law, Licensing, Registration, and Search. Let's look at the publications real quick. On publications, this is where you can go to find printed materials for a topic that you may be looking at. So for instance, let's look for a brochure or a circular on copyright. And here you have a whole list of different topics that you might be looking for. So for instance, maybe you want to have this PDF of copyright basics, or maybe you want to find out more about the duration of copyright. You can do that as well. So it's a pretty handy little tool to have, and obviously you can download these PDF files or text files and keep them on your computer if you need to. The other thing that you want to be sure to look at if you're going to copyright some of your own work is go to Forms. And when you go to Forms, the forms are broken up into the type of work you're doing. So is it a literary work? Is it visual arts? Is it performing arts? Or is it a sound recording? Or a single serial? Now, one thing to note is that if you're going to copyright a piece of music that's been recorded, you need to fill out the Form PA for the actual song, and you need to fill out the Form SR for the recording of that song. So when you go to copyright a piece of music, there's actually two forms and two registrations that you need to fill out. Again, the Form PA for the actual song, the chords and lyrics, and the Form SR, which copyrights the actual recording of that song. Continuing on to the registration part, this is where you get more information on how you actually register your work with the Library of Congress and get it protected. Notice they have the fee of $35 listed there for the claim. And again, it's broken down into what type of work you're going to get protected. And just to mention it again, if you're doing music, you have to do Form PA for the song, Form SR for the recording of that song. Now, one thing to note as well is if you go to current processing times, you can see that if you file online, it's going to take 3 months to get registered. However, if you mail it in, it's going to take almost a year, 11 months. So we've covered quite a bit of information about copyright, but I just figured it might be helpful for you to get a tour on the copyright website.